This here is my front cover of my media magazine I've created. It's called 808 Beats and it's a rap and hip hop magazine. Here is my contents page, digits and content down the left hand side and images to the right. And finally my double page spread, image and brief description to the right hand side, interview to the left and title above. First question being, in what ways does your media product use, develop or challenge forms and conventions of real media products? Well, using my own magazine, I have drawn many comparisons to real magazines such as Vibe and XXL by using similar fonts, blocky stencil font here, plain and simple fonts there. Colours, black, red, white are dominant, and music related content such as debates within rap, new talent, celebrity interviews and stuff that's in the news to do with hip hop and rap. I believe that using a bold and somewhat simple fonts enable the content and title of my magazine to emphasise the minimalism I intended to incorporate into my layout. Simplicity makes the magazine easy to read, thus ensuring that there are no problems with being able to read certain fonts. As you can see, the fonts are very simple, very plain when in small, and when it's in large, very informal, which goes with the idea of hip hop. The colours are plain and work well in contrasting colour backgrounds, such as black, white and red and black. Due to the comparisons I've created between my magazine and the magazines I've researched prior to production, I believe my magazine is eligible to be classed as a real magazine. Basically, I aim to produce a rap and hip hop magazine appropriate for lovers of the genre. It's easy to recognise that I've created a magazine to fit my own criteria of designing a rap hip hop magazine for people aged between 15 and 24, rated either C1, C2 or D on the Jicknail scale. The outfits that my models are wearing in the images on my front cover, here, contents page, here, and double page spread, here, reflect fashion associated with rap and hip hop, mainly consisting of baseball caps, baggy jeans, t-shirts, here, and hooded sweaters. The colours are red, black, white and grey, which connote power and dominance, two elements associated with rap and hip hop. I use lexis appropriate to the genre as opposed to formal language, such as get in with apostrophe, so the letter G, the lowdown from the Big Daddy. Sounds very informal, as you can see. Instead of formal language, as it contrasts with the ideology of informality in rap and hip hop. The running masthead, just there, featuring artist names that are included in the content of my magazine, such as there, are featured throughout the magazine and not just on my front cover. I think this idea is very beneficial for my front cover as it is appealing to hip hop lovers who like these certain artists, and it encourages them to choose my magazine, which could help if you want to get some sales. Regarding challenging conventions of a typical real rap magazine, I found that exploring rural locations for my photo shoots would contrast well to the stereotypical urban locations that would be expected within a rap and hip hop magazine, such as here. This young lady's in the woods. You wouldn't usually expect that for a rap and hip hop magazine. Whereas on this page, the gentleman is in front of a graffitied wall, which funnily enough, was actually in the woods. Your usual places that you'd find like urban people, urban outfitters would be in outside high-rise flats, buildings, alongside streets, that kind of stuff. Regarding the layout of my magazine, I didn't feel it essential to challenge conventions, as I wanted mine to resemble popular real magazines as much as possible in order to create a dominant layout representation of big-selling magazines. However, I believe that choosing a white front masthead, which is quite large, to cover a blue background would oppose typical real magazines techniques, as I understand that it may not always be clear to the reader Although I feel that the colour of my masthead is sufficient for my magazine, and the white adds the simplicity I intended to incorporate into it.